Hey, Hanku speaking.
Yeah. Hello everyone to Quad Cover Sports once again. We are here with you with the 22-year show for the second time, episode 2 of our beautiful episode, the 22-year show. It's all about today, the Dream 11 IPL Final 2020. We will talk about the we will go after the analysis about DC and Mumbai Indians who will fight tonight for the glory. So today with us, Shivashish Banerjee, cricket content writer of Quad Cover Sports, and Amit Das, the cricket expert of Quad Cover. So at the very beginning, I will ask Shivashish to tell that who do you think will be the X factor of today's match for both the teams?
Uh, I can't assure today because the performance of DC in the last match we have seen, it's totally amazing because their bowling, batting, every unit have provided every unit have provided for the team. And I guess that there is a 50-50 chance again, which I said a few days back in the qualifier too, uh, that any team can win DC or SRH, any team have the chances. So I can assure that the team which is batting first today will have the most chances because in a tough match like the finals, you always keep the team which bats first in the winning position. So I will go with that only. The team which will bat first will have the 70% chance of winning this year's IPL.
Okay, now Amit, what's your thought on this?
Yeah, I also think that the team batting first will have advantage because runs on the board is a pressure in a big match. So I think MI or DC who will win the toss will try to get runs on the board quickly.
Okay. Now, if you will ask me, means if you will ask me, then I will say that the team which will win the toss, obviously he will be in the front seat. But you have to see that means in the back also we have seen many times that teams with good chasing lineup who can chase any runs on any day, and Delhi is a such team. You will see that Marcus Stoinis, Shikhar Dhawan, the form they are in, those are just remarkable. And any day, anywhere, they can change the match from any position. Now,
I
my second
think
question will go. Yeah, my second question
yeah
will
yeah
go for Shivashish. Shivashish, whom do you think means which bowler from Mumbai Indians will be the most dangerous for DC batsmen, especially the zone between 7 to 15, where they are the most powerful hitters.
I guess the one of the powerful bowling lineup. Both the teams are having one of the powerful lineup with the likes of Enrich Nokia, Kagiso Rabada, and also Trent Bolt and Jasprit Bumrah. So if you see from the last match that Trent Bolt got injured a little bit, so I guess if he doesn't play today, so James Pattinson will be opening the innings for Mumbai Indians. So I guess the most dangerous will be Jasprit Bumrah if he comes in the early overs because many a times we have seen Rohit Sharma doesn't use him in the power plays. He always used to bowl between that 7 to 15 spell, which is the most vital in a T20 match. So I guess I will always keep Jasprit Bumrah ahead of Kagiso Rabada today. But Kagiso Rabada is also one of the sensational bowling speed star for Delhi Daredevils, as well as you have got Enrich Nokia, and you cannot also keep aside the spinners, the classy spinners of Mumbai, that is Rahul Chahar, who have also provided the vital wickets in the middle overs, as well as Ravichandran Ashwin, who could be also vital when Mumbai will be opening with the left arm openers, that is Quinton de Kock. So yeah, I will say that Jasprit Bumrah will be having the upper hand, and if Trent Bolt comes in the first spell, that means if he bowls in the first innings, he will surely get a wicket in the first over. I can say that because this has been a
Okay.
trend.
Yeah, yeah. So the next question for Amit from Rahul Shil. Will it be Bumrah versus Rabada that decides the future of the final? The better one bowls, that team gets the advantage.
Maybe because they are both top wicket takers in this year's IPL, and the purple cap is in between them. One for Abada, one time for sorry, yeah, one time
Yeah.
for Rabada and one time for Bumrah. So it not only depends on Bumrah or Rabada, it only depends on the other players also how they will perform it. You can't win match on one man's performance, right? Earlier we have seen in the last match that if only Marcus 27 won the match for DC, it's the runs of Hetmeyer, it's the wickets of Enric Nokia
Yeah.
and the wickets of Rabada. So I think yeah, it will be a deciding factor that who bowls better and who gets the most vital wickets or keeps the runs in economical format. So it depends.
Yes. Great explanation from Amit. The next question for Shivashish. Shivashish, whom do you think means which uncapped batsman or bowler from both the teams? If you look, then who will be an good option for today's match?
If you really look in both the teams, that I think there are not much uncapped players throughout those both the teams because we have got likes of, I mean, maximum of the players have played for India team as well as in the
Yes.
international level. So I guess the uncapped players are so less that you cannot expect something from them. Still, can you name some? Because I eventually gets too much confused between because the both the teams have got Dhawan, Prithvi Shaw, Ajinkya Rahane, Shreyas Iyer, as
Just
well as
players.
Rohit
Yeah.
Sharma, Hardik
On that
Pandya,
side,
Krunal Pandya.
Ishan Kishan is there. On
Yeah,
the that side, Prashant Yadav is also there probably.
uh,
Uh,
I think the uncapped players which you named, Ishan Kishan will be the standout performer today. And
yes,
in Mumbai Indians, I think you cannot leave any player because they are strong batting lineup as well as the all-rounders as well as the bowlers. They are everyone is a standout performer. So it will be a big fight. And already we know that Mumbai have played. They have won 4 finals out of 5 they have played. So I guess it will be very tough for DC to, as well as DC's first time in the IPL final in the
yes,
12 years. So it will be a great challenge for DC if they manage to win. So and it will be really one of the best IPL final we are going to encounter if DC wins by beating the powerhouse of Mumbai Indians.
yeah, very good. The next question goes for Amit. Amit, do you think that
Yeah.
today uh, probably a echo is going on continuously on the other side? Uh, Wait,
Yeah,
let
yeah.
me complete, then I will unmute you. Yeah. So, do you think that today means spinners will get the advantage or the pacers? Whom do you think will get the advantage? There you go.
Yeah, we have to see the pitch first. Is it favorable for the fast bowler? And I think, as we have seen in earlier matches, that pitches are getting slowed down, right? So it will be
Yeah.
beneficial for spinners for sure, and not only for spinners but also for the pacers who can vary their pace. So it will be vital. I think Bumrah is there. He can vary the pace. We have seen him doing this for Indian jersey, and I think it will Rabada and Enric Nokia have to vary their pace, which they are
Yeah.
not doing oftenly. So I think, and that is also the main reason that they have been gone for too many runs in the last 2 or 3 matches. If you can see that, I think against SRE, no, just before that match, uh, Rabada got for 50 runs
RCB.
without any wickets. Yeah, so the batsmen are using their pace. So I think it
Yeah.
will depend. It will depend who will decide the match.
Okay. So the next question goes for Shivashish. Shivashish, If you'll see the means the last performance of DC for this few matches, except that one against RCB, I will suggest that it was a do or die match, and they have done what they could have. But the next match means the last match that we have seen against SRH, uh, it could have gone in another way if SRH wouldn't have given some missed some sloppy catches or fieldings. You will see that means the catches they have missed or the fours they have considered few fours, those were really pathetic to see. So, do you think that DC needs to overcome by themselves as well, or Rans cannot be a proper example? Because if you look that, then you will see that getting help from another team, you just cannot do something very good always.
Uh, I think DC have lots of talented players. Especially last day we spoke about Rishabh Pant, who has been one of the most good batsmen, but he's not using his skills while batting. As well as in the fielding units, I can say that yes, they have got some good classy fielders. So yes, the drop catches will matter a little bit. So I think the that Amit said that Rabada and Nokia really needs to vary their pace, because if you see that Rabada in the last match, he was quite exceptional while opening and he took the wickets of David Warner. That was really one of the best delivery you could have ever seen.
Yeah.
I think, and also
So
that
do,
Rabada's,
do,
yes, sir.
do you see any change in the playing 11 for both the teams?
I think that no such changes will be coming from both the teams. The shifting of Marcus Stoinis in the opening is a very good idea. So
Yeah.
I think that that will be same today also. If DC wins the toss, they will bat first, and I must assure that the opening pair which they have built in the last match, they should follow that.
Okay, okay. Do you think that
Yeah.
Pant will fire today? Pant will
What?
fire today.
Can you
Pant,
repeat?
Pant, Rishabh. Yeah, yeah. Rishabh Pant will fire today or not?
That
It is an
depends
end of
upon
IPL.
the falling of wickets. If the Delhi loses quick wickets, because I already said that Bolt is having one of the
Yeah,
most fine opening spell, that he used to take the wicket in the first over only with his brilliant in swing
yeah,
Yorkers and LBW, and he have got Prithvi Shaw also in the one of the match. We have seen that. So I think if DC loses quick 4 wickets or 5 wickets within the power play, I think Rishabh Pant will be having one of the most of the responsibility to carry forward the DC innings. So I think
yeah.
that will depend upon the batting lineup.
Yeah, I think that it will be tough for the openers because if you compare the SRH bowling and the Mumbai Indians bowling, it is
Yeah,
one step ahead. Mumbai Indians is always one step ahead. They have the likes of Bumrah, Trent Bolt, who are in the top five of the all all India, sorry, all over the world. They are in the top five bowlers. So I think it will be tough for them to handle Bolt and Bumrah together rather than handling Michael Holt, sorry, Jason Holder and Sandeep Sharma from the other end.
yes, that is the main thing I am
Yeah,
talking about. That tackling Mumbai is one of the most hardest thing, and you know that
yeah,
Delhi players have never experienced the finals.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we are
Big match
really tough
pressure.
for them. So, and on the other side, you got Mumbai Indians who have already played 5 finals and won 4 of them. So
Yeah,
so any player, any man who doesn't even understand cricket will always say that Mumbai will be having the upper hand today. They are having quality players. They will never lack in anything. So that will be totally depending upon that how the players are going to play, how the players are going to play. Because in final you can see there lots of knobs are there, and you have to always fix those knobs while playing. You should try, even if you score 130, you could also manage a win while batting first in a final if you pull out a good deliveries. Because Mumbai, out of the 4 finals, they are in the 3 finals they have scored less than 150. So you can expect that how Rohit Sharma's captaincy is one of the
yeah,
most important matter for them. So I guess
yeah,
it will be the battle between the nerves of the two teams.
Yeah,
And who will manage the nerves, that will be completely depending upon the situation, and they will be the winner or the better side after the match.
yeah. We all have seen how they outplayed SRH in the final of 2017.
Yeah,
Defended 149 runs. The way Michael Johnson bowled last over was on another level.
yeah, that is the thing I'm talking about. That you win a final by giving a target of 130. That means that the team is having a real capability of defending our lowest total. Also, even I can say that if Mumbai batting first, Delhi will be having a very tough competition because if
Yeah,
Delhi manage to give
we
them
have
only
seen
100,
Delhi is not a yeah, we have seen Delhi is not a good chasing side. Though they have won against
yes,
CSK,
they have
but
lost against
this is a
KKR.
different thing. Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I guess that
Winning
will be the
against
main
yeah,
factor.
yeah, yeah. Chasing against Mumbai Indians when we have the likes of Jasprit Bumrah, just Saint Bolt. If you have at Kunal Pandya, it will be on another level. So we have another question. So this is from Atish Seal. I think Hitman and Pan need to play a vital role, being left-handed batsmen in the front of Rahul Chahar and Kunal Pandya in the middle overs, because I don't see them charging Bumrah so easily. What do you think? Shanta, what do you think about
Yeah,
Hitman and Rishabh Pant handling in the middle overs?
man, I have never found Rishabh Pant doing a fine job this season. Means
Yeah,
not even in a single match I have seen him that yes, he was playing with means he was trying to play with much more careness, but he never got
he
that
couldn't play freely.
success.
He couldn't play freely, it seems.
Actually, yes, yeah, probably this was his tactics only, or you may say strategy
Maybe,
that I will not
yeah.
get out at the very first, very few deliveries that I will face at the very beginning. But if we look that how Rishabh Pant have got out after getting set in the pitch,
Pathetic.
that's really pathetic. But
Yeah,
Shimran Hetmeyer, you see how the last match how
yeah.
he was hitting the balls out of the park.
Yeah, in the
So
last two
I
overs, in the last 2 overs, Seaman Hitma really disappointed me. They hadn't managed more
yeah,
than
yeah.
15 or yeah,
Yes, yes, yes. That
yeah,
credit goes to the bowlers as
bowlers.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah. And this time, if you see, means the question from Atish Shil that on Rahul Char and Krunal Pandya, I think both are very good bowlers. And the way Krunal Pandya used to do body line bowling, and sometimes means he used to bowl for the
long
left
shot.
hander, especially. Yes,
Yeah,
near the wide, he used to go the ball. Means he passes the ball near the wide region, so
He
it
also bowls some
becomes
Yorkers for
yeah.
the right
yes.
handers.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, he was asking for the left-handed batsmen's, so I told him about that only.
But
Then
yeah,
I think, yeah, you say.
I, do you think that Ajinkya Rahane should open or Marcus Stoinis have opened with Dhawan and smashed the ball all around the park? Do you think that this will be a good option today also by opening with Marcus Stoinis and Shikhar Dhawan?
I think Stoinis was always a great option for DC. When they saw that Prithvi Shaw is not getting any kind of fire at the very beginning, it was means it's absolutely correct decision from the management that they have decided to put on Marcus Stoinis at the very beginning of the pitch. You will see the last few matches, Marcus Stoinis was not getting enough balls to play,
Yeah.
but he have that ability to hit almost means he can play an anchor role at the end, and he did the same this time at the very beginning of the match against SRH. You will see. So I think they must go with Marcus Stoinis only. Okay, so the next
Uh,
question for Amit comes from Aman Ishtam. Who's winning the purple cap? Yes, the battle between Kagiso Rabada and Bumrah, and they are quite neck to neck now. So whom do you think, Amit?
I think it will be Bumrah. I think it will be Bumrah. If if only that Bumrah bowls in the second innings because he can vary the pace and DC batters are mistiming the balls. In
Yeah.
change of pace will change their batting also. So I think it will be Bumrah. Let's see who gets.
Hmm.
I have one question that
Yeah.
whom will you make the captain in Dream 11 if you are going with a pacer, either Kagiso Rabada or Jasprit Bumrah?
Amit, answer
Complete
this
for.
first.
Yeah. 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 I think it will be Kagiso Rabada considering his form because if you take a wicket, he will get 25 points. But Bumrah
And
not taking only wickets, he can restrict the runs, the important runs. So it will
Yeah,
be
yeah,
that
beneficial
is
for
the
if
main
you
thing.
take, yeah, yeah, if you take
in the
KG as your captain, yeah,
in the last match, I mean, I was seeing the point tables of the Dream 11. I saw that one boy is there at the top. Okay, before the second last over from DC, when Kagiso Rabada took 3 wickets in an over, and he was having only 1 wicket before that. And at
yeah,
that time, probably Abdul Samad and who was batting there,
Kane
I
Williamson
totally
Kane
was
forgot.
Williamson, I
batting at
guess,
No, no,
the start of
Kane
the.
Williamson got out
Oh,
from
sorry,
the
Rashid Khan,
sorry. Yeah,
last
yeah,
Rashid
over.
Khan, Rashid
Rashid
Khan,
Khan.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. And just before that, a boy was ahead by 48 points, and he got snapped to third position because he didn't took Kagiso Rabada, and the guys from second and third got to the first two positions. So after that over, means 3 wickets can change anything, and
Yeah,
that's the
it
yeah,
main
can
point
change the
from
match
Kagiso
as well as
Rabada.
your Dream 11.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So whom do you think will get the orange cap? Is it Dhawan or is it KL Rahul?
It's
Mm,
undoubtedly KL Rahul will be
KL
the
Rahul is
contender.
way, yeah, yeah, yeah. He's way ahead of
Yes.
Shikhar Dhawan, and I
60
don't
runs, I guess.
think that.
And if Dhawan
Yeah,
managed
I
to score
don't
a
think
hundred,
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then he is having a chance.
then, yeah, 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 yeah. Though I
and
personally think that today Shreya Shayar will play a great knock and
Yes,
will be
I
a
also think
captain's
the
giant.
same.
knock, captain's knock.
Yeah,
I would like to
maybe.
see Pant. I would like to see Pant because I haven't seen MS Dhoni's power in this year's IPL and I have missed Russell badly. So I want to see
Yeah.
some fire from Rishabh Pant at least.
Uh, Look at one end, if Rishabh Pant is not getting any kind of fire, on the other hand, you will see that after missing few matches, also Hardik Pandya came back with what a classy innings
Yes,
that he played against DC in the last match. It
and
was
Yeah,
just means we were, yeah, say,
that is the point I am talking. That if DC is using Stoinis in the opening, and they are missing a quality all-rounder in the middle overs. So, what do you think that if DC missed Stoinis in the middle overs and Stoinis got out in the very first 3 or 4 overs, then it will be real hard for DC, or either it will be a easy for them because if you because other than Stoinis, I haven't seen any of the other players batting in the middle overs like Hardik Pandya did in the last match.
yeah,
So that
yeah,
is the main question will be arising in this match. That is, DC got the first batting. I think Ajinkya Rahane and Dhawan should open because Stoinis will be having a upper hand will playing in the middle overs and can smash
yeah,
runs. About 30 to 40 runs can be added in the last 2 or 3 overs by Stoinis. So I think that will be a good choice if Stoinis is coming in the middle.
hmm.
yeah.
What
Even in
do
the
you
last
people
match,
think?
even in the last match, if I think yeah, I also agree. Even in the last match, if you see that the most of the runs which is scored was in the power play, and after Stoinis got out in the seventh or eighth over, the run rate got slowed down. So if you see Shreyas Iyer, he hasn't quite find his timing. He scored almost 20 of 21 balls. So I think it will be huge if Stoinis gets bat in the middle over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So whom
So
do
the
you
next
think will
question.
get the emerging player of the tournament award? Whom do you
Yeah,
think?
that's actually a great question. For Shivaji first. Shivaji, whom do you think?
Emerging player, I think emerging player should be given to Devdutt Padekal because of his fine innings. Because he was scoring 400 runs, 450 plus runs in his first IPL. That Virat
Yeah,
Kohli also said last day that before the eliminator that it is not a very easy job to score 450 plus runs in your first IPL, scoring four
yeah,
half centuries when your team needed a good opener. So I think emerging player of the year should be given to Devdutt Padikkal for his beautiful performance throughout this year's IPL. And yeah, because I am taking him in the first choice.
Okay, Amit, whom do you think? Unmute, Amit.
Yeah, yeah. I think Natarajan.
Natarajan. Yeah,
I
it's
will
a
go with
great
Natarajan. Yeah.
choice.
The
For
way he have
me,
bowled this New York.
actually, yeah.
The
From
yeah,
bowling
Bollywood.
side, obviously Natarajan. From batting side, Devdutt Palekal. And if you will see that at the very beginning, when just the IPL got started this season, you will see that there were so many good youngsters who were playing, and at the later stages we have seen that how means it got divided into sections, means no one was fully onto the season, means one either one have started playing good at the very beginning, or some have
Yeah,
played good knocks at the at the late session of the IPL. So I can't see a proper Shubman Gill like player who delivered for his team in almost every match. What he did in last season's IPL for KKR. Uh, because you will see that Dev Devdutt Parekal mainly for the maximum of number of times he was playing a good knocks at the very beginning of this year's IPL, and in the later stages Rituraj Gaikwad was the most consistent player. So I will better go with yes. It's okay with Devdutt Padikkal, and on that side Tina Rajan. Okay, today we have forgot to inform you that Varun Chakravarti is going to miss probably that Australian flight,
yes,
Yeah,
and probably Tina Rajan is getting the
yeah, yeah,
chance. I will
and Virat Kohli
go
will
with
also
yeah,
not
yeah,
play the last three matches.
yeah.
So Rohit
yeah,
Sharma
yeah,
got
for
the chance.
paternity leave he is taking. We have got
Do you
that.
think any change?
Uh,
Yeah. Do you think Virat Kohli will be captain in the first match or give Ajinkya Rahane or Rohit Sharma for a say to lead from the first match?
The
no,
Ajinkya
I
Do you
don't
see
Rahane
any
will
think.
be
change?
the captain. I undoubtedly he will be the captain for the last three
Yeah,
matches.
yeah,
And I
yeah.
think
Who,
Rohit
who,
Sharma
who?
with the addition of
Rohit, Rohit Sharma or Ajinkya Rahane?
it will be Ajinkya Rahane obviously in the test matches
Yeah,
because Virat
yeah,
Kohli
yeah.
left for the last three will be leaving for the last three test matches, and with the addition of Rohit Sharma I think that in the opening slot it will be a huge backup power because you see Virat Kohli comes at number 4 in test matches, and before that you got Cheteshwar Pujara. So I guess if Rohit Sharma open the innings, it will be a great responsibility for him to take his team and home because the
Yeah.
last year sorry because the last time when we visited Australia we have never seen we haven't seen Rohit Sharma opening the innings. He
Yeah, he
came
was
in the
playing at
middle
six,
in over.
six, five. Yeah,
Yes. So I think with and Mayank Agarwal, who is one of the most trusted opening batsmen for Indian team in Test matches, he will be open.
he's
He
in
will be
great
opening with
form.
Rohit Sharma,
Yeah,
and also he's in a
Now
great
he,
form. Yeah.
yeah,
yeah. They need
So
to
I
give good
guess
start.
yes, and and I think in place of Virat Kohli, India will play with KL Rahul at
Yeah,
number
yeah,
4
the
because
form
they
he
are
is
having
in.
yes, he's in quite a good form in through his IPL. If you see the series against New Zealand, he's the one of the
Yeah,
standout performer.
yeah, yeah. Even before in the start of the 2020, when he played against Australia, he was
Yes,
excellent.
yes,
He
against New
batted,
Zealand
he
also.
kept the wickets. So it was a huge plus for KL Rahul in terms of his batting performance.
yeah. So I think that in the Australian tour, Riddhiman Saha will also play a great role. I think Riddhiman is there in the team, right?
Yes, yes, in the
Yeah,
test team
And
he's there.
the form
at
he
this
has
moment
shown in
he's there.
IPL, my God, his batting skills have grown up or they upgraded much than the previous times he has batted for India, especially. I hope that being a Bengali, I hope that
Yeah,
Riddhiman Saha
we
will
all
play
like to see
definitely
Saha.
well.
Yes,
Yeah,
We all like to
and
see him.
not only his wicket keeping, but also praying for his batting this time.
yes.
But I think if you want to compare batting in UAE and batting in Australia is a totally different ball game, right?
Yeah,
I
Yes,
think he
yes.
will struggle if he get enough practice or match practice for say he will surely do some good batting.
Yeah. So the next, we have almost completed every
Yeah,
side of today's match. Now let's talk about something. Uh, let's go something about Zimbabwe versus Pakistan a bit.
yeah,
Then we will again come back to the final at the last.
yeah.
So I think,
Today's Elton
yeah,
Chingamba's last international match.
yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah, I
So Amit,
messaged him.
okay, so Amit, go with the with your reviews. How Zimbabwe is playing against Pakistan? Even the last series we have seen, and now the T20s as well. Now
Yeah,
you only say that. How are you viewing on their playing against Pakistan?
yeah, they are playing quality cricket. First of all, they are missing their coach Lalchand Rajput,
Yeah.
who's missed out on being in the tour of Pakistan. So I think it depends, how the coach manages those things, technical issues. So keeping that thing aside, I think they have performed really well. For Zimbabwe to perform against Pakistan in Pakistan is a huge task because any team, if India visits today, they will have to fight really hard to beat Pakistan in Pakistan, I guess. And with the likes of Brendan Taylor and Shane Williams, Elton Chikambura, they have fought really well. And I think they need to play international matches more frequently. We have seen they have been banned recently. I think after their after the upliftment of the ban, so I think they will play more matches. I think they are getting prepared for 2023 World Cup, which is happened to be in India.
Mm. Yeah. So, what do you think, Shivashish, about the recent developments of Zimbabwe cricket team against Pakistan?
I think that yes, one of the match against Zimbabwe, Pakistan played where the super over continued. That was a brilliant match I have seen while watching the highlights. Going through the highlights, I have seen that Zimbabwe really stood out at higher end against the powerhouse of Pakistan. So I think yes, the upliftment of Zimbabwe's cricket is really watchful, and also we have seen in the past years that India also got a tough competition from Zimbabwe while the two Flower brothers were used to play against India. We have seen that already Zimbabwe beaten India. Also in the
Yeah.
2015 World Cup, Zimbabwe also took a upper hand against India while
Yeah,
Dhoni and Ryan
the
were
Brendan
playing.
Taylor century. We all remember the
Yes,
Brendan Taylor
yes,
century.
that was the main thing that helped them. So I guess it is very interesting to see these teams coming up and playing against that A class teams and giving them a tough competition. Yeah, even we have seen the Afghanistan's performance against Bangladesh quite a few years back. So yes, it's very. I mean that it's. I am liking it to see that not only that few top 4 or 5 countries are giving fights and not the other countries are giving that. So yes, it's very watchful in the recent years.
Okay. Uh, so at the very last, I will ask you, both of you, at the same time, that if you would have been a normal fan, means you are obviously. Uh, we all know that both of you are fans of some other teams, and obviously from the team of
No,
Bengal.
no, 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 no.
Uh,
My team is playing final. My team is playing final.
okay, so that's a good joke. We all know
No, no,
that
no, 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 no,
whoever
no,
wins the
no, no,
final.
no, 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 no. Ravichandran Ashwin is
Okay,
in which team? I am there.
okay.
Just for
Okay,
Ashwin.
so yeah, yeah. So, who means if you are a normal cricket fan and you are not the fan of any of these two teams, then whom will you support in this final? Mumbai, the fourth-time champions, or Delhi, the debutants of IPL final?
I
Yeah,
will go
the
with DC.
same the
Yeah, yeah,
same thing
continue.
which I was telling that if you see the teams that have qualified for the finals, one is that they have won 4 5 IPL finals, and the other is that for the first time they are entering. So it's very interesting to see the fight between these two teams. because one know the pressure of the final, one knows that how to score 130 and defend that and win a title, and also defend the title because they have won the last time when they have won. It was a very good final to watch. So, and
Yeah.
Radar is having some young, quite young, talented players with some good international add-ons. So I will always go with Delhi because I want a new champion. And although our new team has qualified in the final, so everyone, I guess everyone, not only the fans or those people who only follows the IPL, they will also want that let Delhi to win this year's IPL, because if the previous year, if you have seen that their upliftment took up when Dada came in the coaching,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it really changed the mindset of Delhi Capitals with with the captaincy of Shreyas Iyer. And I have seen last year that how Dada and Ricky Ponting, the two most powerhouse of cricketing universe, we can say, one of the two best captains of the world, how they help these young minds to play throughout the games, and how they listen to their words, because I think Delhi Capital started their journey in the last year, because they have
yeah.
give a tough fight. They have given the tough fights to the power, even though they lost against Chennai Super Kings in the qualifiers. But I also expected them last year to qualify for the finals and win the trophy, though it didn't happen. But it is happening this year. So I will always want Delhi Daredevils to win it. And as a Bengali, you know that the thing which Dada did last year is giving up the result. So it is very much enjoyable to see. And also Ricky Ponting, he is also one of the world class coach as a guide. We have seen in the training session that how he guided the young talents of Delhi Capitals. So yes, I want Delhi Capitals to win this year.
Yeah, and I also think that Delhi, we all want to win them, right? Keeping aside all the fans of MI, and if you talk about the all other fans of IPL, they all want to Delhi win this time because we want to have a new champion. We have seen Mumbai and how they play. We haven't seen any team beating them in the final comprehensively. We want to see Delhi doing that job today, and I think if Delhi wins today, from the next day you will have a champion: CSK, MI, KKR, Delhi, and other SRH. So it will be a good IPL in India when it get back to in 2021.
I have a question
Yeah.
that from the last day match of the women's T20 challenge, though many of the people don't
Yeah.
know that is going on also on the back end. So, what's your viewpoint of that match? Because defending 118 runs in a final, the fight of the
Hmm.
nerves. I have seen the last match. It's quite. I mean that if you see 118 runs, you can easily say that the team will easily chase that within 18 or 19 overs. And but the fight that Sriti Mandhana's team Trailblazers gave, we already seen that in the group stage they have already taken they all out the team of Mithali Raj, that is Velocity,
Yeah.
under only
Yep.
47 all out. So I think that yes, it was one of the most interesting final to watch. We always talk about the IPL finals, how they went on, how
Yeah.
the team batting fast comprehensively won, but we don't talk about this Women T20 challenge. Even if you look that Sophie Eccleston, who is one of the first, she's ranked in the first in the bowling. She left BBL, women's BBL, and came in this
Yeah.
Geo Women's T20
Women
challenge to
T20
play.
challenge. Yeah.
You can see that how the women in our country are also uplifting in the society by playing cricket and giving quality fight. Not only the men's IPL but also the women's IPL also are growing up in our country. So it's a very good to watch. And I will ask both of you that what I mean to say that what did you feel this about this short tournament of this women's IPL?
Yes, it was really a great tournament and was full of thriller. I was watching the match last day, the means the final, and I saw how Radha Yadav was bowling brilliantly,
Yeah.
and man, it was impossible for them to
Huge.
stop a team at 118 from where they
Yeah.
were at the
Yeah.
very beginning.
Yeah, in 15 overs they were at 101 for 2. After 20 overs they
Yes,
were at 118 for 7. So you can understand how Radhaja spin the ball.
And
She was excellent.
female bowler to take 5 wickets in a T20
Yeah,
challenge, women's
Yeah,
T20 challenge,
yeah, yeah.
and also from India. So
correct,
that is
correct.
the main
Yeah,
lookout.
huge, huge.
And I believe that within the next 2 years, the women's IPL, a proper IPL of 1 or 1.5 months, will be organized here in India
Yeah,
as well, just like they used to play in Big Bash, Women's Big Bash League.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
it
think if
was,
Corona
yeah,
was not in this year, I think
yeah, yeah.
if Corona was not in
Without
this
the
year,
corona, it would
we
have
would have like
and
happened.
one more team.
Dada
Yeah,
also said the same
he was
thing that
talking
if
about
the
another
women
team.
are ready, if the Indian women are ready to play for this, to see this challenge, to take it as a challenge, he could also organize a 8 team perfect IPL for women's. So I think
Yeah,
that will be
yeah.
one of the most interesting thing to happen in our
Yeah,
country, that women's IPL is happening with complete 8 teams.
And you will see that 8 teams means
yeah. We have
more
seen in
number
BBL.
of
We have
Indian
seen in
players
BBL.
getting time.
Yes, that is the main thing I'm talking
Yeah,
about. More number of young, talented women will be getting chances, and that will be one of the most upliftment of our country. And also, it will be very much interesting to see that how it goes, because we have seen in Australia, we have seen in England. I also want to see the same thing to happen in India also, because it's
yes,
already
yes.
started. You
Yeah,
can
I
see
think
that the top 3 teams that they are already playing, they're giving a good fight between them.
Yeah.
So it will be a
I
very
think it
interesting.
happened. Yeah, I think it happened after the final they lost against England in 2017, which they were
Hmm.
eventually had to win.
Yes,
Right?
yes, that
They were
was
in a
one of
winning
the most
position,
most
and
bad
yeah,
experience I have ever got
yeah,
in my life, because they were totally upper hand, because they're
yeah,
195 for 200 stage while chasing 219, and
Yes.
suddenly they lost
yeah.
all the wickets. That really
Right.
hurt us. That while the
Yeah,
men's are
it
doing
was
the same and
heartbreaking
the
for
women's are doing the
yeah,
same in the
just
cricket, it's very
yeah, yeah,
interesting to watch.
yeah. Just before that month, we lost against Pakistan in the Champions League final. We have all seen that, so it was
Yes.
heartbreaking delay. And I think if if this year's World T20 final, which was played on 8th March at Melbourne,
Hmm.
if India had won that match, and it would have been a huge thing. I am
Yes.
hoping for the next World Cup, which is in 2021 New Zealand. If they manage to
I
win, it will be huge.
I have
It will be I think it will be greater than 83. I think.
Yeah, why not? And if you will look at the last few World Cups, means the ICC tournaments I am talking about, means of all the teams, the women team, India women's team, India men's team, India junior teams, you will see that they are almost going, means they are almost going and following the path of South Africa, means they are getting choked at the last moment,
Yeah,
either in the semi-finals, either in the finals, but they are getting choked every time they are
yeah.
going there. They are getting choked every time. And I
I
think that for this, at least for one time, one team have to lift the trophy, at least for one time. Then only the next
yeah, yeah.
teams who will go get that position, they will take that help, and they will have that thing in their mind that that team has done this, so we can also
Yeah,
do this.
yeah. I think after Ramesh Par's exclusion, Ukiri Raman is doing a great job. He has he has handled the bowlers, the ladies really well, the women team really well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So for the last
Yeah,
time,
and I
let's
think
ask
yeah,
Shivashishan
yeah,
of, yeah, yeah, yeah. As we have
yeah. Continue.
completed almost
Come to an
all
end.
the
Yeah.
sections. Yeah. So Shivashish, whom do you think as today's champion for the very last time I am asking?
Don't say heart says Delhi,
The
mind
same.
says Mumbai. Don't say.
Uh, yes, Mumbai is having the upper hand. 60% is the chance of Mumbai is winning, and
No, no,
but we can't.
there's no
No, 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 no
60%. You have
60-40 or
to say
70-30.
that
Give a
I,
one team.
yeah, yeah,
Give one
yeah.
name.
uh, I will go with Mumbai Indians.
Okay,
Sancho?
Mumbai. Amit, I will go with Delhi Capitals.
Yeah, maybe. Me too.
Okay. So you goes for Delhi. So it becomes
Yeah,
2-1.
that's a yes.
La-
That's a yes.
In the last session, we saw that Sunrisers was the winner among us, but
Yes,
was
Yep.
a loser
I
in
was the only
qualifying.
one. I was the only one
Yeah,
voting for DC.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. So that's where comes to an end for our
yeah.
22 year
Thanks
show,
for having us.
episode 2 with Quad
It
Cover.
was a great
Yeah.
fun.
Yes.
And we'll
Let's
come
see you
back. We'll come back soon.
in the India
Hopefully, we
Australia
will.
series.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In the India Australia series, we will again come back. We will talk about the again that boxing day cricket.
Yes,
yeah.
that will be the
So
main program for our lookout.
yeah. So thank you everyone
Yeah.
for watching this show. Keep updated. Keep stay safe with Quad